was for what?
I filed a lawsuit on behalf of myself, but it's actually, I feel, on behalf of the voters in the state of Georgia who voted in person. Judge, back in March of 2020, in a backroom deal of which hardly anyone in the public knew, not even state legislators knew, the Secretary of State of Georgia signed a consent agreement with the Democratic Party represented by Perkins Coie, I call them the Hillary Clinton firm, where they changed the rules substantively with respect to the absentee ballots. Under federal law, with respect to a federal election, the only change that can be made is by the state legislature. They did not have the legislature approve it. As I said, some legislators didn't even know it existed until the last few days. So they violated the law and has poisoned the entire general election of November the 3rd in the state of Georgia.
All right, if I can just interrupt you for a second, Lynn.
Unconstitutional and unlawful, and they're going to have to figure out a way to have a new down ballot vote, and the electors and the legislature will have to select the President of the United States, which I'm confident will be Donald Trump. He won this election by a record landslide across the nation.
Okay, but Lynn, a federal judge in Atlanta rejected the lawsuit that this lawsuit is associated with, and this affidavit. District Judge Stephen Grimberg, a Trump appointee, said he found no evidence of irregularities that affected more than a nominal number of votes.
Well, we've got a docket entry today, and what the court has initially ruled is simply that he has denied the motion that we filed for a temporary injunction to stop the certification of the vote by Georgia officials today. Turns out that while he spoke about the case in general, the lawsuit has not in fact been dismissed. He took the position that with respect to the recount, I did not have legal standing. So we believe we're still in court. I just found that out. In fact, we have filed, just shortly ago, we filed a motion for an emergency hearing because they are destroying ballots in Cobb County, Georgia. We caught them in a truck going to shred them. So we've asked for the evidence to be preserved. We've sent out letters to everybody in the counties demanding that they preserve all evidence. They tried to steal this election, Judge.
Well, let me ask you this.
To destroy the evidence of
Lynn,
their theft.
When you say they were destroying or tried to destroy the ballots, do you have evidence of that?
I have video evidence. I posted on my Twitter account. I have photographic evidence. I posted on my Twitter account. There's no question that they were at the Cobb County Elections Office on Jim R. Miller Park with a shredded truck. We've got video evidence of them shredding the documents, putting them in bins, trying to drive off.
All right.
I've got hard evidence of it.
Well, people can certainly go to your Twitter account and check that out themselves. But it seems, Lynn, that your argument is similar to the argument that was made in Pennsylvania, but apparently with no positive result, and that is that Article 1, Section 4 of the Constitution doesn't allow anyone but the legislators to amend anything as it relates to the election law. So is that the issue that you're taking up on appeal?
If the judge follows through on some of his comments and dismisses that count of my complaint, then we will file an emergency appeal in the 11th Circuit. 11th Circuit law gives me standing as a elector, a voter, to file the lawsuit, and you're right. There is Supreme Court authority that only the legislature can change substantively the rules regarding a federal election. So the Secretary of State acted unlawfully. He's been caught. We just got to get this in front of the right court. They'll uphold the law. I'm confident of that fact. Whether this local judge does it, that's really irrelevant. This issue is going to have to find its way through the circuit courts and may very well have to be decided by the Supreme Court of the United States.
All right, Lynn, thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank you, Judge. Take care and be safe.
Thank you. And Rick Grinnell still ahead, but next, Congressman Doug Collins, who led the Trump team recount effort in Georgia, is here with reaction to the outcome and what's next. Stay with us.